The Soweto Fashion Week is at it again, showcasing autumn-winter runway collections. Designers will get a chance to show off their collections at this glamorous event, which is also a platform for international recognition. What does it take, of course, to put this fashion extravaganza together? eNCA reporter Theodor Mashele joins us from Soweto. He's there. He was backstage earlier, but it seems that you have a few fashion designers, I assume, behind you, Theodor. But what can you tell us? What's the situation there, your side?
Yes, we are still live, coming to you live from here in Soweto, in front of the Gibson Kente Theatre right behind me. We just, as you can hear, there's a bit of a buzz around here. People just came out of amazing shows, I must tell you, Baron. There's a lot of talent here in the country, I must tell you. I know that there is a coronation going on tomorrow for the king in Britain, but listen, I think we have royalty right here in the country. Behind me, I still have the founder for the Soweto Fashion Week. Amazing shows. And how are you feeling about how things turned out in the show tonight?
I think it's great. I mean, the turnout was great. The designers really came out hard, and I mean, I'm very excited. I'm very much excited about what's happening and what's going to happen in the coming tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, showcasing, advertising their brands, marketing their brands, and yeah, I look forward to what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, I love the fact that you spoke about showcasing and advertising brands, because I mean, local is lekker, right? And you know, speaking about that, how do you feel about the support in fashion so far that is given to our fashion designers, to people like yourself who are founders of Soweto Fashion Week?
I mean, the support is great, it's growing. There was nothing like this in the township before us, so we broke new ground. But then we're seeing some development 12 years later, 19 seasons later. Yeah, so we're very much excited with the development and the interest in local fashion. And I'm very happy to see, you know, guys taking into it both, because, you know, fashion was mostly about, you know, women and stuff, but then now it's both, you know, genders, and which is what we saw here today.
That's what I wanted to speak about. To my surprise, Baron, there was actually a male line that came right after we spoke earlier on when I was speaking to the ladies backstage. And this man right here is one of the designers that showed us some incredible work. First of all, well done on the show. How are you feeling about the collection, and what inspires you as a designer?
My inspiration is all about tennis and African Championship. So the whole brand started in 2009, and the whole thing is about just uplifting ourselves and telling our stories through tennis and our African stories through tennis, becoming champions of fashion in Africa. That's really what inspires me. But for this year, one of the key things was about highlighting Soweto. So if you can see the t-shirt I'm wearing, Soweto Tennis Club, it's all about highlighting Soweto and tennis all together.
All right, and I see there's some models behind you. These are the models that were on stage today. And tell me, when it came to you deciding on having both men and women, what was the inspiration behind that?
The inspiration is always about the brand, you know. My clothing always speaks to men and female. I don't exclude anybody. So the whole brand has always been about that. So I want to highlight men and female and togetherness in terms of people becoming champions. Because when you look at life, you need a male and a female. So you got to have balance when you make clothes.
Yeah. Speaking of balance, it is not just about clothing when you come to Soweto Fashion Week. People are here to mingle. People are here to think. I just want to show you on the other side, there's like an entire bar. There's like the crowd standing there mingling, talking about the kind of fashion that they have seen today. And it's been really an amazing night. I just want to speak to the models a little bit. So what inspired you to become a model?
I feel like from a very tender age, I had love for fashion. I'm one of those kids who always fought with parents regarding having to choose Christmas clothes. So for me, it was always a fight, because I had my own dress sense, but parents are always going to be parents, always going to choose clothes for you up until you get up to the age where you're like, nah, I'm independent now and I'm just going to do what I want to do. Yeah.
Well done for getting this far. But what are your dreams as a model? Where do you see yourself?
I'm also a model coach, so I just want to make sure I touch young people's lives through fashion. Yeah.
Can you just show us a bit of your model coaching? Just do a little turn around, like show us what you teach the male models. You can walk that way and just show us what you will teach the male models out there. And while he's doing that, I just want to speak to some of the ladies here. You're looking beautiful, by the way, my lady. In terms of fashion, how did you decide to get into fashion? And do you think there's a future in fashion here in South Africa?
Yeah, I think there's a big future here because I believe while I was small, I used to cut clothes and I didn't think it was fashion. But now I could see there's a lot of people in fashion. But I believe South Africa is going to go far in modeling and fashion as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities in fashion. I mean, different spheres, makeup, clothing, model. I just learned model coaching. So do you, in which one do you feel like someone can actually make a living?
I feel like runway models can do, because runway has money.
Yeah. So that's your dream?
Yeah.
So you see yourself being a Naomi Campbell, future Naomi Campbell?
Like a lot of people call me that. You can literally ask them.
I love that. I love the fact that she said she is a Naomi Campbell and not a Naomi Campbell wannabe. And trust me, there is so much talent here today that we saw. I totally believe that there is a future in fashion and people are clearly making a living in fashion. We just learned that there's a whole lot of fashion spheres that you can go into. I mean, we saw models today, designers. So this guy here just told me that he's also a model coach. So people can really take up fashion as a career. I really think it can be part of job creation in South Africa, and I really think it can really put some light in South Africa as we are going through so much that we are going through. But we really enjoyed the show. The Fashion Week is still continuing here in Soweto. So if people want to come and check out designers, support local talent, and really just witness beauty, if anything, they can come through to right here at the Soweto Theatre and witness the beauty that is fashion. But for right now, I'm going to give it back to you, Byron.
Thank you so much, Theodor Mashele. He's in Soweto, of course. It's the Soweto Fashion Week, and since its inception in 2011, over 120 fashion designers have been showcased at the Fashion Week in Soweto. Of course, a brilliant milestone for Soweto Fashion Week. And we will maybe chat to Theo a little later as well to see what else he has up his sleeve. Of course, it is great to see the talent and that we have in this country, and it should, like I said earlier as well, be showcased not just on a local level but on a global stage.